Hi everyone, my name is Dylan Grant, and I'm now on part 6 of my presentation. Thank you for listening in. Okay, it's still on the false statement of claim, all right, created by Nicolini law firm, Adrian Nicolini and Ashton Steele. There was no contract, therefore, this is a criminal act. This lawyer falsely represented me. He pretended to be me. Okay, feel free to pause and read as I go along. Okay, thank you. Statement of claim, wrongful dismissal, and long-term disability, created by Adrian Nicolini and Ashton Steele. They are both from Nicolini Law Firm, created without my consent, my knowledge, or involvement. Okay, now this is 2020 continued. All right. I needed clarity for my wrongful dismissal and long-term disability cases. Yeah. I reached out to the root cause of my situation, Nicolini Law Firm. And wow. Remember, not everyone are fools, okay? And this firm are making me out to be a fool, or because maybe of their profession they think that many of us don't have sense. Okay, and as I go along, please feel free to pause and read. Okay, thank you. Okay, question to Nicolini Law Firm. So I pose a question to Ashlyn Steele. Okay, here I indicate the Nicolini Law Firm created a false docket sheet and charged Benjamin Law Firm for WSIB visits and phone calls, which were already paid at the beginning when retained on April 10, 2017. I had not retained Nicolini Law Firm for wrongful dismissal and long-term disability. There was no contract signed, no discussion or on litigation, no communications regarding my dismissal from work and disability, right? Waited 8 months, then took my business elsewhere. Ashton Steele stated that I had a contract with their firm. That's why my new lawyer had contacted their office for my file. Mark you, I told Benjamin Law, right, Mr. Benjamin, that I did not retain a law firm for long-term disability and that I became aware of statement of claim in January, 2019. Now, Benjamin Law Firm, Mr. Benjamin stated that he will contact Nicolini Law Firm on my behalf. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to speak with anyone there. Now, February, after what I realized what happened in January, yeah, and I'm so happy that he did. He took the initiative to contact the lawyer to see what he had. Okay, now listen to the response of Ashlyn Steele. So on September 28, 2020, I needed an answer. So I sent an email to Ashlyn Steele and I said, "Hi Ashlyn, hope that all is well. On June 5th, 2018, I met with Adrian and I was terminated from my place of employment on May 24th, 2018. Adrian stated that he would be suing for wrongful dismissal and long-term disability. Word of mouth. That's what he said. Okay? So I'm expecting action after. Okay? He did not provide details of the lawsuit. No. I placed my trust in Adrian to direct me accordingly. Therefore, I had waited patiently for several months to discuss my cases. Please advise on the following. So I said, was I retained by Nicolini Law for wrongful dismissal and long-term disability on June 18, right? And I said, if yes, should I have signed a new contract? Or should say, if yes, should I have signed new contracts for these two lawsuits? I had retained Nicolini Law for WSIB and have that contract in my possession. I am unaware of the terms and payments to be awarded to Nicolini Law should other contracts exist. I am under the assumption that since WSIB, wrongful dismissal, and long-term disability are three separate entities, I should have 3 signed contracts in my possession. Please advise. Then I said here, Also, I became aware on January 10, 2019, that statements of claims were filed within the court of law on my behalf effective July 3rd, 2018. However, I was unaware of their contents. Is this the normal procedure for lawyers to submit to the court of law without the client's review of the statements of claim? What if the statement of claim is what if the client is not in agreement with the contents of the statements? Why wasn't the statements of claim discussed with me, the client, prior to submission to the court of law? In my meeting on November 15, 2019 with Adrian, he had informed me that I cannot sue for WSIB and long-term disability at the same time. Yep. I'm not putting everything in writing here, everything, okay? Why wasn't that information communicated to me in the meeting on June 5th, 2018? On February 27, 2020, a 9-page letter was received from WSIT with the decision made without my presence regarding my case. I won't go into that. This other section is about WSIB. Okay, this is Ashlyn's response. So from Ashlyn Steele on October 1st, 2020, Ashlyn says, I confirm receipt of the below. And then she said, you did hire our law firm for WSIB. Yes, right, WSIB. But you went on to say, wrongful dismissal and long-term disability. And then she said, this is why your new lawyers had to contact our office for your file status, and they were provided with an account for our legal fees on the work we had completed on your behalf. Once Mr. Nicolini advised you that he would start the lawsuit, there was no action needed on your end. The only action that was needed was from our law firm to start the lawsuit. Wow. Which you confirm below that Mr. Nicolini stated this to you. Okay. Wow. Lawsuits can be lengthy, and our firm provides updates, that's the word, updates as the file moves forward. There are many tasks in between. I won't even go into this section here. Okay, here she said, should you require answers to your additional questions below regarding wrongful dismissal and long-term disability law cases, I will have to schedule a call with your lawyer, right, Mr. Nicolini, to explain, my lawyer, Mr. Nicolini, to explain and go over the files, the work completed, and your meetings with him. I unfortunately was not present at your meetings you noted below with Mr. Nicolini, and I therefore cannot comment on same. Feel free to read the other section if you can. Now, I met once with Nicolini Law on June 5th, 2018. For wrongful dismissal, long-term disability was never returned. My other meetings were regarding WSIB. You understand? Okay. Feel free to pause and read. Thank you. Question to Nicolini Law Firm, Ashlyn Steele. I brought them. I forgot that I had it enlarged on the other slides, but okay, this is my question. Please feel free to pause and read if you could hardly see what I was reading, and knowing that I wasn't making up stories, is exactly what I was reading. Please feel free to pause and read. Okay, thank you. And this is her answer. Please feel free to pause and read. Okay, she said, well, as long as I was advised by Mr. Nicolini, Adrian Nicolini, that is, that there'll be a lawsuit. There's no action needed on my part. That means that I didn't have to sign a contract. They didn't have to get me involved, nothing. Even a dumb person would know definitely have to sign a contract. Huh? What is this lady telling me? She's actually undermining my intelligence, eh? Wow. I want to be a chartered accountant. So not because you have your profession, Ashlyn Steele, you think that I'm a nobody and I do not understand the law or life. I do understand. I suppose just like I got a contract for WSIB, although it was a one-page letter, a one-page contract, right? That was a contract I signed. So something big as wrongful dismissal, long-term disability, you're telling me that I didn't need to get a contract? Suppose whatever, when you do, if it's something wherein there was integrity, then if you had done right by me and I won the case, suppose the contract what you guys had, which I didn't sign since you have been forging my signature, right? What if it had said 80% to the lawyer and 20% to me? You just see as if I had agreed? Huh? I have to know what I was suing for, and also what the charge is, what would I have to pay at the end. And you're saying nothing is needed at my end? Wow. Okay, please everyone, please feel free to pause and read. I'm not sure about the law firm. If these two people are not good representative of this law firm, I don't think they should be there, because they are giving the law firm, Nicolini Law, a bad name. If they are all like that, then well, you could answer that. What should happen to this law firm? Okay. Ashlyn stated that I had a contract with their firm. That's why my lawyer had contacted their office for my file. Was this paralegal undermining my intelligence? In February 2019, I told Benjamin Law firm that I became aware of statement of claim, as I did make mention, right? And I did not understood why there were statements of claim without my knowledge and involvement. I was informed by Benjamin Law that they would, contact Agent Nicolini on my behalf, okay? I had no contract with Nicolini Law, which falls representing me, then stated because another lawyer contacted them meant that I had a contract with their firm. Nicolini Law firm was deceitful. The status of account provided by Nicolini Law to Benjamin Law for payment was for WSIB and other deceitful activities, but not for long-term disability. Benjamin Law was duped by Nicolini Law firm, okay? This is proof to show you that Ashlyn Steele sent the statement of claims on January 10, 2019, okay? And the 2 statement of claim, right, came for the first time. I was fired in May 2018, and I just became aware on January 10th of these 2 statement of claim. All right, I didn't know anything before. They didn't follow the law, and the Ashlyn is trying to make me out to be a fool. All right, and I do have her voice recording. Okay, have you listened before? And I'm going to let you listen again, okay, on the next slide. Okay, thank you.
The statement of claims or just the long-term disability?
Both. The both
okay.
would be good, yes.
All right, I'll send them to you. Yes. Just make sure to note everything that's stated in the statement of claims is over the top what it actually is. We overstate what is actually wrong, okay?
Okay.
Because in a claim you have to overdo it because it usually goes down from that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay then. All right.
All right, I'll give that to you now, okay?
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day. Thanks.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, I have something here that, as I indicated, if statement of claim were created by Nicolini Law firm in July 2018, where were the statements of defense and affidavits as required by Canada law? All right, it says exchange of pleading. After serving your statement of claim on all the parties, you must wait for the defense to file their statements of defense. Okay, and then it says the next step in a civil lawsuit is document exchange of to start this process. The plaintiff must serve the affidavit of records. Nothing. I don't know anything about all this. This I retrieve from online. Okay, please feel free to review. Thank you. Okay. Yes, please feel free to review, because it just actually stated how to start a claim under the simplified procedure. The statement of claim or notice, must, I'm gonna see, yes, enlarge it for you. The statement of claim or notice of action, right? That must indicate that you are bringing the case under the simplified procedure rules. And I'm wondering, was I to complete this? No advice was given. No advice given to complete statement of claims. Left document with lawyer. Nothing. Nicolini Law never discussed my cases when I visited his office on June 2018. I was not told to complete statement of claim. I became aware when a lawyer in January asked me about it. That's when I became aware. Okay, feel free to pause and read. Okay, thank you. Never retain a clean law firm for employment law, no contract signed. And as this says, contract law in Canada, okay, and it says a contract is a legally binding agreement between two or more persons for a particular purpose. It is an instrument for the economic exchange of goods and services. Okay, in Canada, contract law is administered both in common law and in Quebec civil law. Okay, and it says in general, economic exchange, right? In general, contracts are always formed on the same pattern. A person offers to give another person something, for example, deliver an item in return for a certain price. Price? What was the price? From Nicolini Law. To provide a service, to work for a certain salary, or to refrain from doing something not complete for a period of time in return for compensation, right? What would have been Nicolini Law's compensation? And I knew nothing. If the offer is accepted, the contract is then valid. In principle, a contract is above all an instrument for the economic exchange of goods and services. Okay, please feel free to pause and read. Thank you. Never retain Nicolini Law for long-term disability. No contract signed. Okay. And here it says, court may also award financial compensation in the form of damages equal in value of the loss suffered and profits lost as a result of the breach of contract. This law firm breached their contract, or briefed, or there was no contract anyway, but this is a breach. This is, my rights were violated here. Okay, so this law firm owes me. All right, feel free to pause and read. Thanks. Never retain Nicolini Law firm for employment law, no contract signed. And it says retain agreement or engagement letter. It says when you are retained by a client, you should consider confirming the terms. Okay, this is a lawyer. What the lawyer is supposed to be doing, confirming the terms of the engagement with the client in writing in order to avoid any misunderstanding between you and your client. Essential terms of the engagement must be confirmed by way of retainer agreement executed by the client or an engagement letter. The content of the retainer agreement or engagement letter will vary depending on the client and the nature of the matter. The following are some of the items that a lawyer or paralegal may consider confirming under a retainer agreement or engagement letter. So first is the scope of the services, okay, the fees and disbursement, communications with the client, which none I had received from the Nicolini Law firm, okay, and the name mark law, to what we'll get there, okay. Yeah, this is the site, okay, that I got the information from. Thank you. Okay. My response to Nicolini Law firm, but decided not to send. I will no longer communicate with deceivers, that is. Okay, so October 2020, it took me forever to write with my left hand, but then I decided not to submit. if you wish, please feel free to pause and read. But it was based on what Ashlyn Steele stated in her letter, right? That I did retain her firm for wrongful dismissal and long-term disability. So I actually, this was 5-page letter. It took me a while, right, to put together. And as it says here, disappointment with lawyer Nicolini, written but not sent. All right. If you can read, please feel free to pause and read. Thank you. Please feel free to pause and read. Oh, I told you 3 pages written, but I had pictures and other things that I included, which brought it up to 5 pages. Okay, thank you. The same thing Nicolini Law Firm did with CPP Disability Ontario, pretended to be me. Against the law, Nicolini Law Firm acted without my knowledge. Create a statement of claim for wrongful dismissal, create a statement of claim for long-term disability, complete a CPP disability form in 2018, and complete a CPP disability appeal in 2020. All forged by Nicolini Law Firm, my signature, that is. Okay? Pretended to be me. I was not involved, so I just brought these forward for your review. Okay? Thanks. Nicolini Law Firm doesn't know when to stop. The following deceitful act, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you 2. Okay, they are the perfect example of what this firm did on January 10, 2019 with the statements of claim for wrongful dismissal and long-term disability. Forgery, violation of my rights. Okay, I refuse to appeal my case with CPP Disability Ontario because this entity was also deceitful. Okay, denied by CPP Disability on February 25, 2019. Nicolini Law Firm chose to appeal on January 15, 2020, 11 months later, without my consent. I refused to provide Nicolini Law Firm with the denial decision. Therefore, the law firm obtained the report on its own. Nicolini Law Firm took my position, the client, by responding and forging my signature without my consent to CPP Disability Ontario. I had nothing to do with the following information: communication between Nicolini Law Firm and CPP Disability Ontario. Okay, please feel free to pause and read. Okay, I've been through them already, but please feel free to review. This is part of a CPP form that was completed by Nicolini Law Firm. Okay, forging my signature. All right, Nicolini Law Firm forged my signature. I've dealt with this already under CPP disability. Okay, just jogging your memory on this one. So just like how they pretended to be me here, they pretended to be me on the statement of claim. All right. This is another example of the deception by Nicolini Law Firm. Okay, so as you can recall, Nicolini Law pretended to be me in 2018 and submitted a false report to CPP Disability. You can call that on the CPP Disability, on the CPP Disability presentation, okay? And then I was denied in February 2019. As you can see here, the status says, the February 25th, 2019. That's the date of denial report from CPP Disability. I did not intend to appeal, right? So I ignored because I figured out what was going on. I was shut out by the system. So what did Agent Nicolini Law did? In January 2020, almost a year later, right, is gonna send this letter. Nicolini Law sent this letter to Service Canada, CPP Disability, right? And here, this is it. January 15, 2020, okay? And Ashlyn Steele, that's her signature here. So they actually appealed on my behalf. I did not consent to that. Behind my back again. You understand me? So these are the things that this law firm kept doing without my consent and pretending to be me. Criminal act, okay? Be free to review. All right, thank you. I just brought it back to jog your memory, okay? On the false statement of claim they created. Same thing, the same thing that they did, pretended to be me. All right, please feel free to review. Thank you. Please see details on the presentation for discrimination, Nicolini Law, CPP Disability, Ontario. Thank you. 2021. I brought this forward for a reason. I dealt with it regarding the motor vehicle accident claims that I was denied by Name-Mark Law, right? And I will go in more details regarding my wrongful dismissal and long-term disability claim under Name-Mark Law firm's presentation. However, I brought this forward because remember, Name-Mark Law piggybacked on the other law firms, Nicolini Law and Sanfaruta Markin Law, right? And Benjamin Law, that is, piggybacked, right? Regarding the wrongful dismissal and long-term disability cases, right? Remember the statements of claim, and though they were certifying and doing this and doing that and covering up and whatever, at the end of the day, this lawyer's intention was not to do right by me. They were actually assisting the defense. They're actually covering up for Adrian Nicolini Law, and Hussein Muftadiri, Hicks Morley Law. So this lawyer held on to my cases and waited until 2 years to throw them out. Okay, after they did a lot of changes in favor of the defense. We'll get into it in more details. Okay, please feel free to review again. Thank you. See presentation, discrimination, deception of Name-Mark Law with the details of the false statements of claim. All right.